All right, let's see. I know I'm already stalled. Let's see. What the heck? All right, sorry. Let's see. I need to get this out of the way. Okay. Well, howdy there, everybody. All right, Rick Stromeyer here. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. So today we have a couple things to work on, and I'm fumbling with the glove. All right. So we're gonna do. I have a an application that's due tomorrow for a sidewalk chalk exhibition, and um, they want a lot of stuff. And one of the things they need besides they want a resume, an application, a bio, oh, resumes, okay, resume, the bio. They want a small portfolio, and they want an 8 by 8 inch sample of pastel chalkwork. So I don't have something that small, but I will after tonight. So what I've got is, I have a 9 by 12 panel. I masked out 7.5 inches by 7.5 inches. When I'm done, once I take the paint away, it'll look like a Polaroid. Yeah, so I have this. That's going to be the subject. That's going to be the main topic for tonight's stream. And then I'll be doing something else as well. I'm going to be doing a Xerox transfer. Because I'll be doing that with my Make-A-Wish kiddo tomorrow, and I just want to make sure that the technique I show tomorrow is solid. And I've done this like twice. This will be my third time doing it live, or third time doing it. It'll be doing it live, sort of. And I say sort of just because if I get to the end of it tonight, great. If I don't, I don't. But anyway, yeah. So we're going to try to get that done tonight. So yeah. So I need to do just a little bit of housekeeping to make sure share like whatever, or just make sure that no, I can share this. And folks who want to, I'm sharing this to other people who are on Paint Club, and yeah. Let's see. So pardon me while we get a little bit of extra information put out there, and then we're just going to jump straight in. Start with the preparation for the transfer, and then go get you some drawing. And I don't know why. What the heck? Yeah. All right, let's see. I wonder if it decided that this stream is going to be private. Oops. New timeout links. You can now put people in timeout. Oh. All right. There's the chat there. Da, 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 da. I'm so confused. Oh. All right. Hello, hello. Okay. right, because that's what I want. I want to be looking at me. All right. If you're watching, welcome. Say something in the chat to make sure like I know what's going on. But yeah. All right. Let's get to work. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is not this. All right. So I have this giant printout made of FedEx. It's, from what I understand, yeah. So in order for this transfer method to work, it has to be a laser print. So that's what I got. Colorized this in Photoshop all by myself. And it's a JPEG. If you zoomed in really, really close, you'll be able to see some of the JPEG garbage around the edges. That's not going to matter tonight. So let's see. First thing I need to do is cut most of this out. And yeah, so I got to go reach into the drawer of sharp things blindly and pull out some scissors. All right. So let's see. Oh, uh-oh. What? There's a hotkey you can do for screenshots. I care not for that. Now I don't know what the hell I did. Oh, technology. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to do mainly a rough cut of this. I don't need to be super accurate. Tomorrow we do. Heaven forbid tomorrow I might see if my kiddo is cool with X-Actos. My Make-A-Wish kiddo this year is a 10th grader, so I'm gonna hopefully I have put a little more emphasis on some expertise or some grown-up fine motor skills. Let's see if that's a great guy. All right, so I don't have to do that. And there we go. Caw. All right. So let's see. Now, first note: when I got my guys' graphic ready today, before I got my guys' graphic ready today, last night I made a note to myself about the preparation for this process, which was you have to mirror your image. For me on this, it doesn't matter. For him, it does because he has text going throughout. And you want that to look right. So yeah. All right. So first things first is what I need to do is I'm gonna flip this over, and I know this thing's freaking huge. It's cool. All right. I want it coming in kind of like a bomber. So I'm gonna make a couple of really light pencil marks of the parameters of where I need to put a base color in. So I'm going to put a mark where its abdomen is, start of the wings, the head, and that's it. So I'm triangulating it. So on this, your lightest color is what's going to come through. So if this were black, it would look like garbage. I want to lighten this up a little, so we are going to use some white. I'm doing this a little haphazard tonight. I don't have to be super accurate. I just have to make sure that I have coverage. So let's see. All right, so, and quick note, I do have my fan running, so if you hear the bzzz, the hum, that's the fan. I do need it on for tonight, not because it's super hot, but because I'm going to try and facilitate faster drying times, and hopefully that works. It's all about needing things to work tonight. All right, so I'm going to So I'm really going to do this. Saw it here first, folks. I'm just globbing it on. When I work tomorrow with my guy, it'll be prettier. So yeah, I'm gonna just do what my good friend Bobby Ross would do, and just do some X's and spread out this white. If I want a more urban look to it, kind of do. Before I do, I'll lay this over top and just double check my work. And I gotta have a little more over here. Let's see. It's all the white I'm going to add to this. I deem that good. Except, like I said, I'm going to make it a little urban or make it look, yeah, a little more urban. We're just going to couple extra drops, and we're going to make it some, give it some streaky streaks. First thing we do, get a brush wet. We're going to scribble it around, and I'm just going to take it and I'm going to. It's like we talked about last time. I'm being an anti-gravity device and just slowly bringing it, lifting my brush up as I go along. Don't cringe until the end. I just push my brush down and lift, lift, lift. Rick, what are you gonna do with all those big ass gloves? Well, just wait a second. So we have a big ass paintbrush. And for that extra bonus, we're just gonna spray some water on top of it. It's gonna act like a retarding agent for a second. And we're just gonna let it drip, because that's what we do. Fix it, and then we'll see that in about 20 minutes, I suppose. All right, so step one done. All right. I am trying to figure out. Okay, cool. All right, real quick, be right back. Oh, I had a reference with piece that I was looking for. All right, well. And that was my piece knocked down. Cool. Anybody want this now? It's going to have bonus material from Puka and Munin on it. Where were you when Rick blocked his fucking example piece with Puka's fur and Munin's? Part of me says, screw it, it's a sample piece. But at the same time, I don't like you wasting sample pieces. So go back to trying to fix it. All right, there we go. Oh, there it is. Excellent. Not too much away from camera. All right, cool. I don't think I need gloves for pastels, but I got gloves for pastels. All right, so what you're not seeing is off camera, I do have a reference picture. Not the greatest one, but it'll work just fine for tonight. All right, so yeah, so what I have is I have an image of an ice cream cone with a tentacle swirl instead of an ice cream or soft serve. And it's a nice fun juxtaposition. I'm trying to get my time-lapse camera working too. See what kind of magic we can make happen. All right, whoops. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna have this weird rule of counts as tonight. So like, despite having like my pastels ready to go, I'm gonna sketch it out with a watercolor pencil. I'm gonna have it count as chalk or pastel. So what I want to do is be able to have. I have a feeling that this is going to chew up my pencil. That's all right. Oops. And the first mark sucks. Seriously? When I get to this part done, I'm going to have an all white. The S is for sucks. All right. So it's at this point in time when I messed up. Yeah. So I'm just waiting. I washed off my thing. I'm just going to get to drying it. Let it dry up over here in front of the fan. Black Cherry by Spreckers. All right, let's go. Meanwhile, back at the original drawing. Cool. Yeah, conceptually, I do want. I think this would be like of my most recent designs, especially with the character creations that I've been doing. This seems like it would be like the most fun thing to turn into a Sofubi toy. Not that I'm in the market of doing such yet, but if I were, this would be it. Like the tentacle and the cup can be its own separate pieces. I think this would be like my most easily convertible from design to toy production, where it would be a two-piece mold. Excuse me. The cup or cone would be one color, and then the tentacle would be a different color, and then you could have like fanciful colorways, and that's cool. That's what happens when you try to fuck with perspective. Because this will be done in pastels. My reference drawing is significantly bigger because this will be done in pastels. I'm anticipating much more low res, so instead of like a dozen freaking sucker cups, you cut that in half. Base started. This is cool. We're going. Well, I'm hoping everybody who's watching this now and in the future is having a great freaking day. Like we had to do some teamwork today in the house, which is fun. We had to do two light switches. We had to get two light switches up and running, and I don't do a lot of electrical. So, oh, cool, look at that. So I don't do a lot of electrical. In this house, I've changed out two different light fixtures too, and one light switch. So we just let teamwork do its thing. Fortunately, my wife and I, we teamwork well. All right, so we're going to start layering out the colors. I want, we're just going to start laying out. Look at that. Rick, you should be doing the background first. Yes. And I should be wearing a respirator too. Fun trick with the pastels, you can wash it out, you can. Where are you when Rick washed out his whole fucking drawing? For those ASMR kids who want to hear the chalkboard stuff. And then be like, I haven't done this in years. I'm gonna show those. So the technique simple enough that I'm doing is called multiple line layering, and it's just hatching with different color, hatching with your pastels to build up the richness of it. You can do it in straight lines, curved lines, whatever. You're just doing lines to build up your color instead of blending it around. In college, this was the hardest thing to do because I just wanted to smudge everything around anyway. It's very much a painterly effect if you're going with like an impasto vibe. Of course, now that I'm not in college anymore, I'm not bound to whatever the assignment is. So I just grabbed 3 colors of yellow, or not yellow, but a yellow orange, a yellow, and a white, and maybe a nice blue. Just build up some richness and value here, and then we'll go back to the tentacle. Got a cool watercolor vibe going on here. It's setting a little, but it still rubs off, which is fine. In an ideal world, later today, I will have to spray this with matte medium at least once downstairs so I can lock everything here before I start layering even more on top of it. We're gonna soldier on for a while. I don't think that when I apply or when I do this sidewalk thing, if I get accepted, I'm bound to do this sample. Like one of my plans would be to make some stencils off of the laser cutter and be able to have some cooler stuff in the background than just a directional blend. And then after this, to not be gross, but yeah, when working with pastels, make sure you blow your nose a couple times because you'll probably be inhaling a lot of colored pigments and stuff. I don't know where my stuff is. Not yet. All right, so we're going to get the... Yeah, it's too similar. Let's go to the color wheel real quick. So I have yellow oranges, which means I should have like blue violets is the... If I want this to stand out the most, I'm going to have blue violets. So we're going to go towards that, have this stick out more, and we're going to have, we're not going to have brown for the cone. Make some very distinct choices real quick. All right, so let's see. I think what I'd like to do is, ooh. I love scribbling. One thing's for certain, though, sidewalk chalks will not behave the way the Rembrandt pastels do. So, yeah, there is that. Much louder than doing a sheet of paper. I did not expect it to be this loud. Oh, much nicer. That's what I don't have used right now. We're all pissed off that it's making too much noise. Really? Ooh, that was a mistake. All right, I got to take a quick break on this so I can do step number 2 on my transfer. And this involves using my favorite material. Okay, so I'm going to do this twice. First is just a straight up application of matte medium, and then the second time will be it'll be a wet on wet application. I might be overdoing it with the matte medium, but I'm all right with that. I'm going to say if it's successful tonight, I didn't overdo it. All right, so I rinsed off my brush that had all the white in it. At least I thought I did. Okay, so I'm going to just glob it around. It's very similar to what I did with the white. It's just going to be heavy duty because I want to make sure it's covered. And because it is matte medium, it is transparent. I don't care if I get it on the board itself. I just want to make sure I get a good healthy coat where it needs to go. And if you're seeing this up close and personal, Yunin and Puka have done a fine job providing bonus material. So I don't know the physics behind why I'm doing what I'm doing. I just know it works. All right, back to the drawing. All right, so I was, we're going to do red under parts of that. So, yeah. Except I do want to note where highlights are going to come to the sucker cups. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to put the silencer in. All right, so I'm going to build up that. mother color. It's a term for painting where you're using a little bit of the same color in everything. And I would like to see how that translates to this, especially with the underside of the tentacles being right there. So I would like to just have a little bit of unity in that. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, got time to fix it. All right. It is also nice to see like my 25-year-old pastels are actually doing the job. I am 25 years old. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is the darkest warm color I got. All right, now. Just getting into a shitty phase. All right, so for this, because I got yellow, this, that, I'm gonna go with the yellow green. I think. Yes, I am. Monetized. Wow. All right, so if I had access to this is the point where I would want to spray it with a fixative. And I don't have fixative per se. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this downstairs for a few minutes. I'm going to spray it with matte medium, which works just as well for this adventure, but it means I just have to go downstairs. And when I come back, hopefully this matte medium piece will be done. And we get back to that grind. So I will see you all in about 10 minutes. All right. Oops. All right. So that medium did an amazing job. It's locked in. It's still a little wet. We're gonna put it in front of the fan. It darkened everything, which is fine. It's always easy. It's easy to bring it back up. But yeah, I may have to do this one more. Like, I have a feeling I'm going to have to do this step at least one more time, which is fine. It's fine. We're going to let this dry. We're going to give it a good time in front of the fan while I go to this. I'm pretty certain the way this works is this next step is, it's the big one. Should have done. I'm gonna go wash this brush before we go. Okay. Now back to what I understand. All right. So what I need to do is make a mixture of modeling paste and matte medium. I'm not sure about my measurements. The reason I'm adding the modeling paste to it is it's going to act as a retarding agent to slow down the drying time for the matte medium, and that's kind of need that for this. So I'm desperately trying to find a thing to mix paint in, and a thing that tells time. Palette would have gone too. Palettes. Dang it. This is what happens when you purge everything. So I'm going to take a glob, quite literally a glob of this. Not too much. Then our friend matte medium. Some would say that's too much. I'd rather have too much of this mixed up than not enough. If this works great, I go tomorrow with the confidence of a technique. If it doesn't, maybe we're burning the midnight oil trying to make this work. Tomorrow I'll have some of this pre-mixed. And apparently this is the night for noisy art panels. And I do want this thoroughly mixed. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to grab this, slap it on, and I'm going to grab my printout and I'm going to paste it on top, decoupage style. Like I said, I don't this. So the modeling paste is also transparent, so I'm not going to worry about. Pretty certain it is. Yeah. So I'm going to make sure. Yeah. So it's all coated. I want a thick ass coat of this. All right. So. You guys get the not safe for work version. My Make-A-Wish kiddo tomorrow is going to get very much Mr. Estate swear type thing. All right, so we're going to lay that out. I'm going to push her down all over the place. Use a squeegee. And as a side note, this is the biggest transfer I've ever tried, so yeah. Because we're working just as big tomorrow. Success is imperative. But the nice thing about this is, like, the plan is to treat it very painterly after we get the transfer laid out. So if there's errors, we're going to be making it, painting it to look better. So happy birthday. All right. I'm going to let this dry, and I'm hoping that by the end of the night I can get this transferred. Like I've been told to wait hours. I'm hoping the fan turns hours into minutes. All right, so yeah, pieces transferred on, or pieces decoupaged on. Decoupage right now. And yeah, see how it works in about half hour or so. And while we wait for that, boom, matte medium is dried for that. We get to resume drawing on my submission. So now, what the matte medium has done, besides lock everything in, is it has also darkened it significantly. And it's also helped blend in some of my colors. So like my background, it's scribbly. My cup now looks like a Mario pipe. It's all right. So my dark colors in my tentacle have just they got darker. That's cool. I can beef them up. My red got darker, which is bonus because my set of pastels does not have anything darker than the bright red that I do have in it. So as disappointing as that is that it's in the set, it's very nice to see how it came out with this. So now I'm gonna start beefing everything else up again, and we're gonna go back to my preferred red violet. And yeah, you can see the matte medium helped give it a tooth. Locked it in. Bonus all the way around. So when I do this again, and I'm following the contour to try and create some more interest. And I'm not smudging it. I don't know why. You see that? That's nice. Okay. And then Oh, sorry. Stop with the bang. All right, so yeah, I got my swirly cone going on. I have that. I have that. Let's see. I'm going to. All right, we'll see how that looks. Eh. So I'm adding white. I'm not sure how it's going to behave with when the next time I spray it. So I'm just going to add a little extra in there. And if it kicks it down, so be it. If it doesn't, cool. Yeah, so beefing it up this way. I'm loving how this is coming out. Colors are just so while this is all laid out here for the most part right now, until I outline it in different colors. Yeah, so this is going to get like some cool outlines in a little while, make it extra vibrant. Before we do that, I'm going to beef up the background. So I'm going to beef it up with orange because I do have like purple and green in the front. So we're just going to hit it with the third member of the triad. And then after outlining it, because it's going to get outlined in a blue and a pink, all of my magentas or all of my colors are just going to be super vibrant. Seriously though, matte medium worked like a treat. You guys, if you've watched any of the episodes on Talk About Paint Club and I start obsessing over how good matte medium really is, one more testament to it. It was airbrushed on because if I brushed it on, I'd just say goodbye to the whole drawing. Airbrushing on, way to go, especially since I don't have any fixative, and if I did, I wouldn't spray it with the wife and dogs here. So, yeah. Good God, man, that's great. That's cool. All right. Anybody watching this, when you're watching this and you have a moment, go on to Instagram and don't look me up. Like, if you're watching this, you're probably following me on Instagram, and I say thank you. But go find somebody named Crayon Kelly. So Kelly has been a fantastic local resource for helping me and many other artists, and like she's been a fantastic coach or just help in general of trying to for me to find my direction in the last year or so. Like she's the reason I'm doing Make a Wish. She's the reason I'm doing the art battles. Yeah, give her a follow. Tell her I said hi in one of her comments or in the comments of one of her pieces. All right, so I have to go hit this with Matt Medium again, I believe. So it doesn't seem like, oh, it took that long, or it's been that long since. But yeah, another layer of Matt Medium. Let's be happy campers. All right. So yeah, I've started to say like I wish people good instead of saying goodbye, but I do, is also say, hey, hope you make something, hope you're happy with it, and that's that's all we can do in life. See you in a minute. And we back. All right. Exactly what I needed it to do. It's going to hold everything down. It did darken things up a bit. So expecting that, adding that white was definitely a good idea. Yeah, so Next thing to do will be to do some black outlining, get some detail, especially with those sucker cups that are lost. So we're going to put in more white detail, more white highlights, do the black outlining, hit it with matte medium again, and then I'm going to do some pink and blue outlining as well. So yeah, this is going along super. Let's check in on the other project. And let's see. I don't know. All right, so what we're going to do is just going to do a test pull. So I need a scrubby brush. By scrubby brush, don't actually know if this is the right brush. What I'm going to do is, well, explore and see. So the next step is we're going to take with a wet brush and something a little stiffer. So I've got this beat up brush. I'm going to start scrubbing away the actual paper. And it's a slow process, but it'll go away. And it is going away. And you can see the paper is going. That's fantastic. Paper's going away right there. That's fantastic. Why do I have that goofy blur or bar? Oh gosh, everybody's going to get sick. And it's going away. That's awesome. Okay. So, paper towel though. Like, it's awesome. It's going away. It's blank paper. So I'm chewing up blank paper to go away. The real magic is what happens when I move over to the antenna. Magic time. If my time lapse isn't all black bar scrolling, I might turn this into a tutorial for YouTube as opposed to just being a stream. Oh my gosh. All right, so yeah. So slow process, very satisfying. I wonder if I can get away with this. Oh my gosh, this is going to be such a much better solution than making 16 stencils for my project with my Make-A-Wish kiddo. Okay, this would be fun as a time lapse to do it backwards too. Like, dang it, I'm getting that stupid black bar again on the stream. And that's really annoying. Like, why? Like, why? Seriously? Like, it's made it worse. Dang, man. YouTube doesn't show it that bad. So anyway, yeah. There we go. Steel sharpening steel, right? Nothing but success. And you just get to do piece by piece tomorrow. Like my guy's piece that we've transferred is actually into 4 pieces strategically placed. So like he can actually like glob one glob. He can put the medium all on one piece, glue his piece down, and then work on it piece by piece, a little smartly with the time, and then start peeling it away. Just a little economy of motion. Yeah. And his panel tomorrow is way, seriously. Like, that's bad. Why are you sad? Wow. My phone camera is picking up some crap. Wow, that's awful. I don't know what's going on tonight, guys. I'm so sorry. Whoops. Trying to address the problem in real time. I don't know what the hell's going on. It wasn't this bad. It wasn't like this last week or last time, was it? That's awful. All right, guys, I'm going to call this a night. I don't care for how the light's scrolling. I didn't know it was going to be this bad, so I will talk to you all later. If you're from the future, thanks for sticking it out for a minute. I always thought that the light bars came because the light was being shaken, and I removed it from the table. Like neither one of my lights are attached to the table, and I thought that was the problem. So anyway, sorry for this. I'll catch you all next time.